There is a music that plays not from instruments, but from the deepest chambers of the mind. It is silent to the ears, yet loud in the language of becoming. This music begins with a single thought accord of desire, struck in the stillness of inner space. When that thought repeats with clarity and emotion, it gathers harmony. This is the sound that gives shape to wealth before coins ever touch the palm, and to success before applause is heard. The world responds not to effort alone, but to the frequency one sustains within. Close your eyes and notice the score you have rehearsed. Unconsciously are your thoughts discordant or divine. Visualization is not daydreaming, it is rehearsal. Each mental image, vividly felt, is a note offered to the universe's grand symphony. The feeling of already possessing, already being, already having achieved this, is the crescendo that commands the stage of your future. One does not need to beg for wealth or chase after success. One must simply remember the rhythm of self-certainty. In the quiet of your room, you are the composer of worlds. Play the sound of conviction. Rehearse the vision of opulence, and the invisible orchestra will follow your lead. What you dwell on within becomes what dwells with you without. Let your mind become the chamber of possibility, the concert hall of creation, and the stage upon which destiny performs again and again at your command. Every outcome in life begins with the silent tempo of the mind. Just as a composer selects each note with intention to create a symphony, our thoughts are the first strokes on the canvas of existence. When a thought is repeated, it forms a rhythm and invisible pattern, pulsing beneath the surface of our daily actions. This rhythm either uplifts or unsettles the melody of our lives. If the mind beats in doubt, hesitation, and fear, life will echo that discord. But if the rhythm is one of belief, clarity, and purposeful vision, reality will eventually harmonize with it. Before anything becomes tangible, it must first become consistent in consciousness. Our inner dialogue, repeated with emotion, becomes the music to which our outer world begins to dance. Thus, to change your life, you must first retune the rhythm of your thoughts, because it is this inner composition that reality obediently performs. Wealth is first orchestrated in the imagination, before it echoes in the world. Long before wealth ever takes form in numbers, possessions, or recognition, it is conducted in the silent theater of the mind. Imagination is not idle. Fantasy, it is the sacred rehearsal space where inner riches take shape. The world responds not to wishful longing, but to deeply felt mental certainty. When you vividly imagine abundance, when you feel the luxury of freedom, the ease of prosperity, the dignity of having more than enough, you begin to arrange the very tone and structure of your future. Like a composer hearing the full symphony before a single instrument is played, you must feel and see your wealthy life in detail, internally, before the world can reflect it externally. Every true transformation begins with a vision deeply believed. When the mind is steeped in the atmosphere of prosperity, life has no choice but to mirror the score. Wealth, then, is not earned only through work. It is summoned, cultivated, and shaped in the imagination until it becomes too real to be denied. Your inner symphony must harmonize with the frequency of abundance. Within you plays a constant orchestra of thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, an inner symphony that sets the tone for your entire life. If this internal music is filled with scarcity, doubt, and limitation, it creates dissonance with the abundant reality you seek. But when your thoughts are tuned to gratitude, confidence, and the deep knowing that you are already enough, you begin to resonate with the natural frequency of abundance. Abundance is not something you chase. It is something you align with. Just as a musician must be in tune to create harmony, your mind must be attuned to wealth, possibility, and expansion. The universe responds to vibration, not desperation. When your inner world sings with faith in the unseen and joy in the present moment, you become magnetic. The outer world simply echoes the music within. Therefore, refine your inner symphony, compose it with belief, pace it with peace, and conduct it with unwavering trust. Then, abundance flows not as a surprise, but as a natural performance of your most consistent inner sound. Silence is not emptiness. It is the sacred stage where visions tune into being. In a world addicted to noise and constant motion, silence is often misunderstood. But true silence is not the absence of sound, it is the presence of potential. It is in the stillness, not the chaos, that the soul finds its clearest voice. Silence offers a sacred space where distractions dissolve and imagination awakens. It is the quiet soil where the seeds of vision are planted. Mental imagery is the melody that attracts material harmony. The mind speaks in pictures before the world responds in form. When you create clear, vibrant images in your imagination of the life you desire, the wealth you intend to experience, the success you choose to embody, you are composing a melody that the universe instinctively moves to match. Just as music stirs emotion and sets a mood, mental imagery sets the tone for your entire vibration. What you repeatedly see within, especially when paired with feeling, becomes a magnetic force, calling reality to conform. This is not wishful thinking, is the architecture of creation. Your inner images act as invisible instructions, organizing opportunities, guiding your choices, and attracting people and circumstances that align with the vision you've rehearsed. If your imagination is filled with doubt, confusion, or lack, you disrupt the harmony. But when your inner melody plays confidence, abundance, and certainty, material harmony begins to unfold effortlessly. The outer world is always catching up to the inner movie. So design that movie with care, make it rich, detailed, and joyful, and watch as life rises to play in tune. Every thought is a note. Repeated thoughts become your life's soundtrack. Your mind is a composer, and each thought you think is a note added to the unfolding song of your life. A single thought may pass quietly, but when that thought is repeated day after day, emotion after emotion, it begins to shape the rhythm of your reality. These repeated thoughts become the background score to your actions, your moods, your habits, and eventually your results. Just as a melody influences the direction and feeling of a piece of music, your dominant thoughts influence the energy and direction of your life. If you think in scarcity, fear, or self-doubt, those notes begin to echo louder, creating a soundtrack that attracts more of the same. But when you choose thoughts of abundance, confidence, peace, and purpose, you rewrite the score, and your external world slowly starts to harmonize with that higher tune. This is the law of mental repetition. What you replay, you relive. So listen carefully. What is playing in your mind? You are the DJ of your destiny. Choose your thoughts as if your life depends on them, because it does. The future is performed inwardly before it is applauded outwardly. Every visible triumph begins as a quiet rehearsal in the unseen theater of the mind. Long before the world claps in recognition, you must first live the victory within. Success is not an accident, it is an internal performance repeated in imagination until it becomes second nature. The future does not arrive suddenly. It is summoned gradually through sustained belief, vivid visualization, and emotional conviction. Just like an actor memorizes lines and practices movements before stepping onto the stage, you must rehearse the life you desire in silence, in solitude, and in certainty. Others may not see the effort, the intention, the inner dialogue, but these are the true dress rehearsals of destiny. When you walk through your vision internally with clarity and confidence, you prepare the world to reflect that scene back to you. And when it finally unfolds before others, when the applause comes, it is not luck, but the visible echo of what you've already performed within. Reality merely catches up to the role you've long been playing in the sacred theater of your mind. To visualize wealth is not to fantasize it, is to command with elegance. There is a vast difference between idle daydreaming and intentional visualization. Fantasies drift without direction, fueled by vague desire and passive hope. But true visualization is deliberate, precise, and rooted in belief. When you visualize wealth, you are not merely escaping reality. You are shaping it. You are issuing a quiet, sovereign command to the unseen, not with force, but with graceful certainty. This is not begging the world for riches. It is embodying the frequency of already having them. You walk through the mansion of your mind, feel the texture of success beneath your feet, breathe in the scent of prosperity, and carry yourself as though your vision has already unfolded. It is this elegance, this calm, unwavering knowing that makes visualization powerful. The universe does not respond to frantic wishing. It responds to refined clarity and felt truth. To visualize wealth, then, is to summon it. With Poisetto, hold a vision so steady that reality cannot help but follow. Success is not pursued, it is summoned by mental rhythm and emotional tempo. Chasing success often leads to exhaustion, because what is chased tends to flee. True success is not something you run after, it is something you attract through the alignment of your thoughts and feelings. The mind holds the rhythm, the emotion sets the tempo, and together they create the frequency that calls success to you. This inner harmony is far more powerful than external